Hi, I'm Stefanie Pelsmakers, Customer Experience Lead for ING Netherlands and ING Belgium. And the next few minutes, I will take you along on our motivation to become winners in the Customer Centricity World Series Awards for Best Team. So here we go. This is the story of the CX Hub. I would like to compare customer experience to a marriage. Every first impression is important, but afterwards, every interaction builds either up or down on a relationship. And I'll come back to that later. And for ING customer experience, great customer experience is driven by, on the one hand, differentiating digital experiences, and on the other hand, best-in-class human experiences. They can't live without each other, they're complementary. So why is it so important for ING to focus on customer experience? Because on the one hand, people live on platforms more and more. New technologies pop in every day. New entrants and competitors are lurking around the corner. Banking products have become commodities. We cannot differentiate anymore on those. At the same time, the levels of expectations of customers are getting higher and higher each day and faster. And at the same time, customers change themselves. With the new generations, the expectations also change, but they also change banks more often than before. So customer experience is really what keeps us in and on top of the game. So what is the problem then, if this is so crystal clear? Well, we see that even though CX is formally embedded in our brand strategy by creating customer experiences that are personal, easy, and smart, and we made the right organizational choices early on by making the move to agile that enables us to be more customer-centric and react faster to changing environments, we had in the meanwhile too many other priorities, reorganizations, KYC, cost reduction, and so on. At the same time, we felt quite comfortable with our app and high rates. We didn't feel the need to change. We were like frogs in the boiling water, not knowing to jump out. And of course, it's easier not to change at all, to put your head in the sand. But customers don't lie. We did see our NPS results in both Belgium and the Netherlands decreasing over and over again. We really had to do something. And at the same time, we saw that employees, even though they were very motivated to work on customer experience, they could get a little bit more improvement on the capabilities and skills, good examples of CX, better CX metrics, and so on. But more important is that they lacked the feeling of priority for customer centricity within the organization. There was a lot of pressure on delivery, on financials, on sales, on cost reduction, but little less on customer experience and customer centricity. So the point is that we structurally needed to focus and steer more on CX if we really wanted things to change around. Because if we didn't listen to our customers, someone else would. Fact is that we couldn't ignore, of course, all these other priorities and obligations, but we needed to focus more on the customer. That meant that we had to marry our other priorities with a culture of true customer orientation, not as an extra priority on top of everything else, but by integrating CX in our way of working and in our way of thinking, as an and not as an or. Moreover, we really see and believe that customer focus is actually a leverage to reach the other priorities in a faster and in a more efficient way, because it enables us to do the right things first time right. So end of 2018, the CX Hub was launched to make everyone on all levels of the company customer crazy in mindset, but also in behavior, and of course in customer impact, because that's what we do it all for, as a common thread in everything we do or have to do anyways. And on this slide, you see what the current CX Hub looks like. We focus on 3 pillars. The first one is to enable everyone. That includes creating awareness and visibility for CX, and removing all the friction that are there to work in a customer-centric way. Second one is really grow the CX maturity and the behavior in the whole organization. And the third one is create real customer impact by measuring better and giving the right insights and drivers for CX and NPS. And this is the team we are talking about. It is the core team of the CX Hub, the best team in the world, if you ask me. 4 people, Jill, Max, and Marie, and myself being the luckiest person on earth to be able to lead this team. We are CX experts and we're doing a lot of things, which I just already shared with you. But on the left side, you see a little bit more, just a few highlights. We inspire We coordinate CX efforts, we enable people, we especially try to make CX small and tangible for people so that it doesn't become something big and difficult. We amplify the voice of the customer and make it roar throughout the whole organization. We are the go-to place for everything on CX. We promote and guide CX enhancements. We point out where improvement is needed. We bring focus on the improvements needed, steer up on them, steer up on CX data and results. And in the end, we of course want to become #1 in NPS. Why should we be nominated as winners in the best CX team next to all the things we do? It's because we have a really outstanding pioneering can-do mentality. Of course, that's weird for myself to say, but I'm talking about my team here. I think we really paved the way. No one has ever done this before. So everything we do is the first time, and everything we do is impactful. And if it's not, then we try it over again. At the same time, we use pragmatism to reach the highest impact we can. So it's not making it difficult, but just small and easy, and just try, fail, repeat, improve, and so on. We are totally complementary in skills and drivers, which makes us very broad in the range of things we can do and are good at and can make impact in. At the same time, we're fearless in confronting leaders in their role, which is also important. We have a go big or go home mentality. The sky is the limit. Aim for the moon and you might hit a star. So don't think in small little things, but make it big. And we bring enthusiasm and fun to work every day. And it's that same enthusiasm that actually infects a lot of other people and infected a lot of other people in the past to become part of the CX community and the CX hub as it is today. People do say we are the right people at the right place. But we don't realize this alone. The CX hub is, as you saw in the picture before, only the tip of the iceberg. We do it together with what we call CX accelerators and CX practitioners throughout the whole organization, and supported by CX ambassadors amongst the leadership to really bring this to the next level. And it has been already a hell of a ride. I'm not going to be able to explain everything, but here are a few highlights. One of the criteria which makes the CX hub a successful team is that we work in a decentralized model. You saw the core team at the top and all the decentral representatives within the CX hub that have their own responsibility to make their tribe customer-centric. That's really crucial. It's not one central department that says everybody else how it works without having their feet on the floor. Secondly, is our famous sandwich approach. We don't only aim for the teams and the people in the different departments on the floor, but we also at the same time try to include leadership in this whole story to make them feel responsible for their role, because if they don't steer up on CX, nothing is going to change. So by doing that, we squeeze everything that is in between in our CX approach. Thirdly, the CX growth scan. Before the CX growth scan was there, we saw that the step from enablement to real behavior is a difficult one, and people didn't always know where they stand, and tribes didn't feel the need to change, and they couldn't objectively compare themselves to others. They didn't know how to grow and improve on CX maturity, and especially the leadership also didn't know how their behavior was impacting the CX way of work. So we needed an objective view on how CX mature tribes really are, where they can improve, and how they can take action upon it. And that's where the CX growth scan came in. It's a survey-based scan that we rolled out in 13 tribes already, measuring a lot of items on CX maturity on 3 different pillars. The first one is individual enablement. To what extent do people have the know-how and skills on CX and our CX way of working, which is called PACE. Secondly, the squad behavior. To what extent does a team actually work in a customer-centric way? And thirdly, the leadership support. To what extent does CX have priority and space within a department? And we believe that it actually starts with the leadership support. It is joined with a CX growth scan model so that departments can really see where they are on the levels of the 3 pillars. And it links to a specific action list what tribes can use to improve themselves on this growth model. And what comes out of it, of such a scan, is an extensive report on tribe level with in detail all the different levels of the CX growth scan and where improvement is needed. As you can see on the bottom right, you have all the details and then colors going from red to dark green, 5 levels on where improvement is needed or not. We did an overall report over all these tribe reports, which shows that actually individual enablement and leadership support are scoring quite high already, but squad behavior is, as we expected, still lagging behind. So how do you change that in an organization? My fourth success criteria is one of the solutions that we found out to do that, the CX Day. The challenge we had was, how do you bring people from thinking about CX and being enabled to actually doing it without feeling it as a big thing that is difficult and takes a long time. So we wanted to make it easy and show them that even small changes in your customer journeys can have a big impact. So this is what CX Day solves. It's one day in which all the tribes simultaneously work on small improvements in their existing journeys, more than ever before, and all together they make big impact on customer experience for the customer. So the goal is to accelerate the CX culture and customer-centric behavior by actually experiencing how easy and how much you can do in one day. Boost customer impact, because more than 2,000 people participate in this day. So they all make their small improvements on the customer journeys, which makes a lot of impact on the customer. And thirdly, especially in Corona times, we saw that CX Day this year or last year had a huge effect on employee engagement, because it really brought the energy to the people's homes where they were working already for 8 months, separated from their colleagues. It became a global CX Day in 2019 for 13 retail countries, more than 5,000 people joining in. And last year we organized it again for Belgium and the Netherlands in a fully virtual way, which looked a little bit like this, an amazing platform where people could log into, and during the day they actually worked on their customer improvements, but we had a lot of fun while doing it, with a great opening and closing and some lunch entertainment. 2,200 participants joined in on the CX Day, which is 23 departments, 260 teams. And at the same time, we brought real customers to the virtual environment to do interviews with for validations of the customer improvements, customer experience improvements. And we had 12 support teams supporting the squads in virtual breakout rooms. So what are the results of this marriage? Yeah, a baby, of course. No, just kidding. If we need to synthesize the results, the first thing that I can say is that the organical growth of the CX Hub in 1.5 years to what it is today is already an achievement on its own. All people that we didn't force to be in there, that actually, due to fear of missing out, wanted to be part of it and are intrinsically motivated to improve their customer experience or customer-centric way of working in their departments. And there's a lot of delivery. Here you see a list of everything that we've done so far, and it's not even complete. Not going into detail there, but a lot has been delivered and the basics are really in place now. And it results also in specific results. 63% of people now know the CX principles due to the awareness we've created. We also see a growth in CX visibility of 57% and also in awareness, 55%. And also by now, 79% claims to have the knowledge and skills they need. And we also see that growth in knowledge and skills in the results of the CX growth scan. On maturity, we see that 37% of squads now work in a more customer-centric way than 1 year ago. We do see that most tribes now have CX teams in place to activate customer centricity in their own tribe, and they also have CX targets in their objective key results. At the same time, we have managed to get company-wide targets on customer validation and experimentation, which is the cornerstone of customer-centric way of working. And then, of course, on impact, that's the most difficult to measure. The metrics are there now, and even if NPS is a complex metrics that is influenced by a lot of different elements, we did see an improvement in the Netherlands of the NPS from -19 and a 4th position in Q3 2019 to +1 NPS in Q3 2020, and that's a 2nd position. For Belgium, we don't have enough history yet to see the real impact, so hopefully we'll be able to present that next year. The NPS drivers are now identified, which resulted in a specific NPS boost plan that we are now steering upon in the senior management. And the cherry of the cake is that I can now proudly announce that soon we will become a center of expertise in customer experience, which actually gives the CX Hub and the teams we work with more mandate to bring CX to the next level within the organization. And of course, we are very proud to be finalists in the Customer Centricity World Series for Best CX Strategy, Measurement and Team. And maybe, hopefully, we will win. Thank you for your attention, and don't forget to stay customer crazy.